It's more expensive to travel within Africa than to travel to Dubai or Europe and stuff. So it's first of all, traveling within Africa should be more accessible. I think it's very silly, even visas and those kind of things. It's that is why. So then all the racism is geared towards the black people there. Well, the slave descendants and others, and then also the immigrants. They have a lot of xenophobia in Canada's population is very small, first of all, and they didn't kill off the Rhythms on the Runway. I was on that one.
Wow.
But even the year before that, I did behind the scenes of Rhythms on the Runway. I did the choreography. I trained the models. I did the.
I'm here with this amazing, beautiful queen. In fact, I don't want to say slave queen, but she's more than that. You understand? She's just a queen on a different level. Which planet should I say you are from?
Earth. Portia Ghana. I'm in the fashion, entertainment, and what else? I do a lot of things, and philanthropy. So, and we're in my restaurant, the Silver Plata restaurant. Yes.
Where is it located at?
It's behind Mother Care School by Elwac, close to the Elwac area. Yeah.
Charlie, if you are around that side, even if you are not around, make sure you come here, buy something. In terms of your fashion, fashion, what do you think about fashion industry in Ghana? Because right now you are in Ghana and you are doing fashion, right?
Yes, the industry is very it's bustling. I guess I could say it's bustling. There's a lot of people. There's a lot of factors. It's very different from the rest of the world. It's everyone. Every person is a designer. Every kiosk, every container, they have their own thing. So it's very different from everywhere else, where there's major fashion houses where people work with and develop and then move on. Here, the moment you just get your sewing machine in, you are your own business person, so it makes it a very different dynamic.
When you talk about fashion, it talks about a whole lot of things. Which aspects of fashion are you in?
I'm in all the aspects.
So you do the runway.
Yeah, I don't really like runways, so I try to avoid it, but I did it. I still did. I did it in December recently. Rhythms on the Runway, I was on that one.
Wow.
But even the year before that, I did behind the scenes of Rhythms on the Runway. I did the choreography. I trained the models. I did the all the background stuff that was for the fashion show of Rhythms 2 years ago. I was one of the major people who worked on that. So when I say I do everything, that's like what it means. I'm in the front of the house and the back of house. Like I model, I design, I have my own clothing line.
You have your own clothing line too?
Yeah.
It's what you wear in part of your clothing line?
Well, I sewed this myself, but it's not part of the line. But these earrings are part of it.
Wow.
But yeah. So
tell me in the comment section how she looks. Come on, guys. Tell me in the comment section.
Can they see it?
Yeah, they can see it. In fact, it's a bit. And they can see what you're wearing on your earrings and as well. So, well, you're looking so fly and all that.
Thank you.
Do you think the fashion industry, like the diasporas, are trying their best to support as well too?
Yeah, when people come, they buy things, but they typically buy the things on the street mostly. I don't know if, and then free the youth maybe, but not so much the designers that are like big in the industry, I guess, because mostly the big designers in Ghana are bridal. They're more of like fancy events and bridal wear. So the diasporans, I don't think majority of them don't really wear those things that much. So I don't think they're into that yet. But I see they come and they buy what they see on the streets. They wear it. They're happy.
What do you want to achieve in terms of fashion? Do you have something that is new to the system?
Well, two things. First of all, my clothing line, what makes it different from others is it's a fusion of foreign versus but in local print. So I like what I like to wear, but with African print is the main base. So you'll just see some things that are a little bit different, and I also make things so that a person can wear it within different sizes, because a lot of women. I also make men's clothes and a bunch of I made these
Wow.
too, but in terms of like women, in the morning you might be one size, in the evening you're another size, because you can bloat and stuff. So I make clothes that are in the Western quality, so that it can fit you and be economical, because a lot of the clothes here right now, it is tailored for one fit, and then if it's too tight, or is this, like, the moment you change your size in any way, it doesn't fit you. And they don't incorporate elastic thread or elastics, or like they don't think about those kind of things in the construction of it. So that's something that I do with my clothes to try and be different. And then the second thing, what I would like to do that's different, is have a department store for African wear. We don't have that here. So like I would like to eventually have like something like an H&M for African wear. So all the people on the street vendors and stuff could have a spot where I would feature some of their designs. I'd feature local people's small designers, medium designers, large designers, and have them in the clothing store, in the department store, from streetwear, from cheap, accessible streetwear to high-end couture. That's what I like.
Wow, that is so deep in there, and it's amazing how you're able to blend all those kind of things together to let us know what you think and what you are doing. It's really amazing. I love it. I really love it. Don't you love it out there? I know you love it. Come on, don't do that. Leave a comment, like, and share as well. You're busy person, I can tell and I can see. You understand? You're busy person. Being busy as you are, have you been in any African countries?
Yes, well, I travel all the time. Like, even within Ghana, I travel. Tomorrow, I'm traveling. Next week, I'm going to Togo.
Oh, okay. So that means you're familiar with some African countries. How many African countries have you been?
I haven't traveled enough places. Like, that's what I'd like to do this year.
Oh.
But I've been to Togo before. Egypt. I've been to Egypt.
Egypt. Wow.
Togo. Nigeria. I was born in Nigeria, actually, but I went there a few years ago. Traveled all around.
You Ghanaian?
Yes, I am.
Mother side.
Both parents were 100%. I think this year I'm going to do like Kenya, South Africa.
Wow.
Places.
Wow, I'm so happy about hearing that.
It's more expensive to travel within Africa than to travel to Dubai or Europe and stuff. So it's, first of all, traveling within Africa should be more accessible. I think it's very silly. Even visas and those kind of things, it shouldn't even be the case. Intercontinental travel should be much different. But because it's not, that's why people don't even go there. But even South Africa, isn't it a big deal right now when people go to South Africa? That's the latest thing. They equate that to abroad. But you're right, traveling within West Africa, they don't see it as any deal, but it is. You're going to new culture, you're seeing new places, new currencies. It should all count. Any travel is travel. So there should be more promotion of intercontinental travel. Yeah.
So what do you think it could be the best solution Africans traveling within?
How many people are actually going on vacation and not talking about it. That's a big difference. And Togo is not even cheap. The hotels are a little bit less expensive than here, and the beach there is pristine and all that. But at the same time, places just aren't advertised as much as for vacation destinations, so people don't go. And especially since the borders were closed, it's just now that it's open, people don't even know like what's the process to going in. Like this trip that I'm doing, one of my friends is from Senegal, but she doesn't have she's also French. She doesn't have her Senegalese passport, so she can't go with us because she's like how like what's going to be the process is going to be complicated, or they just have to do more tourism promotion. Like people don't do tours, even Ivory Coast and wherever. It's just about tourism promotion. And I've seen some travel influencers, Nomadic Adwa, she's been doing some of the West Africa, and even the other time, Ellen Baby, she went to Togo. She's been to other African places and showcasing it as tourism destinations. So that's what they need to do, and then people will be like, oh, I can go here to travel, then they would do it. But right now, those images are not really pushed out there. So it'll just be the foreigners who are enjoying it. Yeah.
You were born in Nigeria. You grew up in Nigeria.
No, I was there for 2 years, but for only 2 years. And then I came to Ghana, and then I grew up in Canada.
Okay. So Canada, how was the situation was in Canada as in you being an African?
What was the situation?
Yeah.
There was no issues. Being black in Canada is different from being black in America.
Wow. So can you tell us a little bit different?
The difference is, I'm just going to be blunt. In America, they love majority of their Native Americans. So that is why. So then all the racism is geared towards the black people there. Well, the slave descendants and others, and then also the immigrants. They have a lot of xenophobia. In Canada's population is very small, first of all, and they didn't kill off the natives as much. There was genocide, but it wasn't to the extent of the Americans. They weren't eradicated. So because the natives are still in Canada, the racism is towards the natives. And so the situation in Canada is the immigrants, because the immigrants is what makes the Canadian population. So the immigrants come in and they're kind of taught all the discriminations towards the natives. So it's usually the Canadians and the immigrants against the natives. So if you are black, you're not going to have the same experience of racism as an American. So with the whole Black Lives Matter thing in America, in Canada, it has to be the natives' lives that matter. And they have the Orange campaign, and they've been attempting to rectify things, which is not really, it's going slowly. But yeah, it's native discrimination, Aboriginal, like the Aboriginals of the land, native discrimination. And so Canada, any black Canadian who tries to like push this whole black racism, it's very minimal. So it's very self-centered to try and push it. Like you'll get discrimination anywhere you go, but it's not to the extent of like in America where you're scared you're going, if a policeman even stops you, that you might die, that might be your day or dying. No, I never had that ever. So even and in Toronto, they try to be like America. They try really hard. Like, I don't know why they want to be like New York with the violence and all these things. They try, but even when they're trying, it's still not on the level of how America is. So our violence is still much less. And so now there will be, the people will be like, oh, but there is discrimination. Of course there will be some discrimination and some racism, but it's just not that much. So I had a fantastic time in life in Canada. I can count the amount of racist moments I've had on one hand in my entire life. So it's not an issue.